Hey guys, I just filmed the video about Mark Zuckerberg and I wanted to go ahead and make this one also because it's something that's been on my mind. So here we go. This video is going to be about basically how everybody's getting offended. So if you guys get offended and you want to get offended at this video, go ahead. You're just going to be, proving my point. Background, I guess, is that with the age of technology, we have access to a lot more of people's business and information than we could have normally had. I don't think that anybody else's comfort level has changed necessarily. I think it's just the access to all of this stuff is just an getting overly stimulated by stuff that's in their environment. That's not necessarily a bad thing or a good thing, but it just is. When we talk about people getting offended, it's people, putting something out in either, maybe YouTube, Tumblr, Twitter, Facebook, and one thing may be wrong with it. It may be something about a topic that not many people are fans of. It may be a topic where people don't have a lot of information, they just have assumptions. It's really subjective to whoever is making the content and whoever is looking at the content and what they're going through on both sides, really. There's a point where it gets to be too much, because I understand that people have to have a responsibility when they make content to make sure that it is not going to offend their base, and that it's also not going to put their, business or industry in a bad light, because that's the easiest way for you to be blacklisted with other people. The problem with people scrutinizing content like that, though, is that it sends a bad message to people that are trying to be innovative and see new ways to look at stuff and to advocate for change, because change isn't pretty, change isn't nice, change isn't attractive, it hurts. It oftentimes you have to remove a part, or go through hurts again to be able to change on a personal level. When you're talking about on a business, you have to go through the whole business model and be able to change, just so you're not appealing or showing something that is not part of your business space, even when you don't think that you are doing that. If someone sees it, true, we need to make sure that we take the opinions of others, because two eyes are better than one, but we have to, it's a lot of work to be able to change things like that. It's not done at the snap of a finger. When we talk about people getting offended, it could be for a good reason, it could be for no reason at all. And I think that because, like I said, the internet and technology like that, it's putting more power in the layman's hands to say what they do or don't like about something, whether they know anything about it or not, whether they're experts or I don't know from anything about this, but I'm gonna go ahead and put my opinion on it, because I have a phone, I have a computer, I have a tablet, I can do as I please. And many people, when they talk about the First Amendment and talk about their right to say what the hell they want to say, they forget that people also have the right to say what they want back to you. They also have the right to not invest in your own personal projects. They also have the right to refuse to involve themselves with you personally. So you have to, and you can't really get mad at that, because the thing that happens a lot of times when people get offended, put some shit out that's uncomfortable for other people, it's not just uncomfortable, you're putting something out there that's unprofessional, or you put something out there that's disrespectful, and you're expecting people to just, that's fine. No, that's not. We do have to understand that the golden rule is still in place, regardless of technology. You treat people how you want to be treated. If you're a masochist, feel free to talk some shit. But at the same time, if you want to act like I can say what I want and I'm better than you, and I don't have to appeal to manners or simple courtesy, then you're going to be treated like you're not being courteous, because that's how people, especially in the US, are trying to act. I live in a rural area, and a lot of times it's like the people that advocate right to work and advocate, working with your hands and getting real, hold yourself accountable and stop the bullshit kind of thing, stop coddling people, stop enabling, weakness and things like that. But when they have a moment of vulnerability, or they have a moment where they want someone to help them, when they aren't being assisted or aren't being understood enough, they're understood, people understand them, but they don't understand them to where the person that's advocating for all these things sees it as, yeah, that's actually happening. They go off on tangents. They say how they are being discriminated against, and how you can't say that you're being discriminated against, and you can't say that you need advocacy if you're not able to hold yourself accountable for what you do wrong. You know what I mean? Like, let's say there's a white nationalist, right? And they live in an area and they're not willing to help the poor in the area. Okay? Not saying poor blacks. Let's say the white nationalist is going to, create a utopia. Okay? We'll create a place where white people can thrive, right? So why aren't you helping all of the white people, even the white people that may disagree with you? Why, it's like, you can't say all of these things so harshly and so divisively that you can't really call yourself, you can't really play even devil's advocate, because you just go so far to one side of an argument. But that can easily be said to a liberal. A lot of times when I'm talking to Democrats, independents, progressives, they often, especially ones of European descent, they will, basically talking white people, they won't be really investing in minority issues like black issues or Latin issues, but they will happily say their point about it. They'll say, or they'll loop their own agenda when talking about it. And then, or push the responsibility of talking about minority issues on the minority. Like, I face this shit every day. Take a second and do your due diligence and actually see what you can do to help. Don't say that Flint, Michigan is so bad, Republicans need to help, or this person's responsible, we don't need to help. Look at how the water quality is being affected nationwide. Look at what things are going on, even within the progressive or liberal camp, that is hindering the fight for clean, clean and sustainable water, food, energy, things like that. We have to be able to hold ourselves accountable. Accountability needs to be across the board. So if we are saying that we want freedom, then we have to have the freedom to, like, someone that we disagree with or that's completely repugnant also has that freedom. They may not have the freedom to not get the shit smacked out of them when they say some shit like that, but they have the freedom to say as they feel. And then they have the freedom, once they get smacked the shit out of, they have the freedom to call the cops and sue you. Okay, so you have to understand that the chain of reactions that are ready to, that are basically like, life is like getting ready to be Like, when people play double dutch, that's life right now, waiting on you to do some shit. Okay, so that's just how things progress. And if you're not able to understand and accept that things are going to progress in that manner, whether you're doing the making content or you're getting offended, you have to understand that there's a process that happens when you get offended or when you cause conflict in that way. You could leave it alone. You could shut your mouth and not say anything, or find a way for your opinion or for what you feel needs to occur. You could actually make it into a thing that actually can help somebody, not just talk shit on Facebook. You know what I mean? So overall, in my opinion, when you're talking about being offended by something, it's not just the person that's making the content that has a responsibility to really understand what they're being offended by, but it's also the person that's the person that makes the content. They often do it because they have an opinion about something, and then the response from it is somebody having an opinion about something. So when you do something, it causes something else to happen, and that's the effect of what you did or what happened. And a lot of people don't take that into consideration, and then when it happens, they blame somebody else for it, or they say that it wouldn't have happened if this was there or this wasn't there. That's not the case. Sometimes people can read a book and shoot up somebody, or they can listen to music that's positive and take it as a message of hate. So understand what your impact is, understand what you do, and understand what you're really feeling and really saying with your actions and with your words. I think that would really be our own personal revolution and our own act of being progressive and moving things forward in our own world. You guys know me particularly well and have watched my videos. You guys know that I am a bullshit detector, and I am a habitual devil's advocate. I refuse to believe that there's only one way to look at things. I think that there are many ways to look at things, and I think there's a way that we can advocate for multiple points of view just by becoming educated on what those points of view are. Thank you guys for watching. I will see you guys as soon as possible. You guys have a wonderful rest of your day, and spread some light and some positivity. All right, bye.